All right, I think we're on. Hopefully, I don't botch this too much. First live stream being on this end of the live stream and not, just being asked to join into somebody else's live stream. So thanks for everybody that's coming in. Appreciate that. Um, I recorded a lot of video from Huntsville and had some formatting issues. So that wound up just being kind of a bust. I'm kind of getting those figured out now, though, but I wound up deleting a lot of the clips that I had. So next video will actually be from the POTA activation we did this weekend. We did Pink's first POTA,
Yay.
and so that was interesting because it's the YL keeps following her around. And we'll talk about that in that video. But
Mhm.
just to kind of go through the order of things, and we want to talk about Huntsville, the experience we had. It was my first time at Huntsville. Obviously, it was her first time to any Ham Fest.
Right.
Um, when she started talking about getting her license, or actually before that, I told her, I said, if you ever go to, and yeah, you see the side of my hat there. That's my old call sign on the side of the hat. I told her, if you ever go to a ham radio club meeting with me, you go to a ham fest meet or a ham fest with me, you're going to get inundated with, hey, when are you going to get your license? And she just
Mhm.
kind of, okay, whatever. And I think that first POTA really sparked your interest in it, that you were with me.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, she decided, hey, I'm getting my license, and here we are. Um, but I know there's been a lot of discussion recently, and y'all let me know if the is the audio good, guys. I'll watch the comments here. Let me know if the audio doesn't sound good or if it's too light or something like that. But to clear up the timeline, Pink actually tested for technician and general this Saturday before Huntsville, and there was a big anticipation. We were hoping she would have her call
Mhm.
sign before. Thanks, Don. Before Huntsville, and right up at the last minute, literally she got the email with her call sign from the FCC that Saturday morning of
Mhm.
Huntsville. So the timing was great on that. So, um, any
Yeah,
comments on that?
I do. I do. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I love to hike. I love to be outdoors. So, Poda or soda, for that matter, is an obvious choice to do things together outdoors and pursue our hobbies, in a combined fashion. So, uh, I was, kind of studying for the exam, but not really as seriously as I should have. And when Huntsville came up, uh, he said, "You can test at Huntsville." And that to me was just way too long to wait. So I cranked up the volume on my studying seriously, listened to a whole bunch of material that Ham Radio 2.0 had put up from a ham radio club in Texas. That was just doing the entire technician class and the entire general class. So I absorbed all of that material. I listened to Ria. Thank you very much for that information as well. Ria has a way of going through the questions very quickly and efficiently. And I also got, thanks to my sweetheart, the study guides. Hope you can see that. Gordon West study guides. No relation, but this is actually what Lou used way back in the day when he got his original license. How old were you?
Oh my God, I was 15, so it was uh, I would say late 80s, I
Hmm.
guess.
Yeah. So that worked very well. The combination of that, and then I did the uh, test exams through QRZ and also ham exam, but I kind of like the QRZ better. It's easier because it tells you right away if your answer is right or wrong, and you get to keep picking answers until you get the right one. So it's better to memorize. And I took the twofer, technician and general, in one shot, in one sitting, and I only missed one question on each. So I'm like, I wasn't expecting to do that well, but uh, that goes to prove. I know the girls are gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, now we have to keep up with you. But uh, it wasn't that hard, and I want to make sure that we can pursue our hobby together and not have to worry about, oh, this bandwidth or whatever, this frequency we can't, I cannot be on and he can, and definitely for the sodas, uh that would be, impossible virtually for a technician to do. So as a general, uh almost all of that is going to be open to me. And of course, Lou at the same time passed his extra same day that I took my tests, and I will also get there and we'll have some more fun together.
Yeah.
That was a long answer. I'm
um,
sorry.
oh, that's okay. That's no problem. I'm screwing around with stuff here. So
Hello,
I'm
Zeke.
trying to, and Zeke has decided to join us here.
Yes.
Um, thanks, Vern. Um, y'all let me know how to fix this chat because I'm not sure how to do that. Quite frankly, from my end, it looks like it's on.
Mhm.
Um, so y'all throw in the chat there if you know how I can fix that. That's like I said, still figuring this stuff out. But so timeline for Huntsville, we took off from here in the Augusta area, just outside of Augusta, and literally listened to Ham Radio Crash Course podcast like
Yes.
all the way from here to Huntsville. We went straight to Montesano because we couldn't check into the hotel until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. Anyway, so we just went
Mhm.
straight up to Montesano, and okay, good deal. So we went straight up to Montesano. We pull up there, and the first person we see is Josh. I just started laughing. I was like, that's turned the truck off, got out, walked around for the truck, and there's Josh. And it was just, I thought that was kind of funny. But that was a really good time. Wish in retrospect kind of had I wish I'd kind of planned that a little better, but that's okay. It's a process. You kind of figure these things out as you go along. Met a lot of tubers, had a great time. Um, Very educational. Once you kind of got that ice broken a little bit, um, and I learned a lot. Actually, learned a great deal. Um,
Mhm.
Next year, we have a cabin reserved up there, so we will be staying on Montesano with everybody next year. Really looking forward to that.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to put something out here. Okay, this is kind of a subscriber challenge. Um, if I have 1,000 subscribers by Huntsville next year, I will wear my kilt on Saturday at Huntsville. So there's the subscriber challenge to put the word out. If I have 1,000 subs by next year for Huntsville, I will wear my kilt at Huntsville. Vern, it's cabin 7. So I took your advice and I reserved as quickly as I could, and we got 7. So
Mhm.
what else have we got here? I got like a list over here of things talking.
Yeah. The YouTubers were very friendly and very inviting. It's a great community. So definitely enjoyed meeting everyone up there, and had some great chats with Digital Rancher and a whole bunch of people. And thanks, Jess, if you get to watch this, for inviting me to listen and possibly participate. But I didn't quite have my call sign yet, and I didn't want to use the club call sign and whatnot. I wanted to do my first contact with my own call sign. So it all worked
And
out.
she did, as everybody knows, in spectacular fashion. So really looking forward to Carlos's video on that.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, so we went up to Montesano. We took off so we could go check in the hotel and get something to eat. And right when we got to the hotel, now for those of you who don't know, and I don't want to get into what I do for a living too deeply, but I'm over at Huntsville at least twice a year for work. I have to go over to Redstone Arsenal about twice a year for work. So I just stayed at the same hotel, or we stayed at the same hotel that I stay at every time that I'm over there, which is about 5 miles from the Von Braun Center. So it's an easy little drive to get up there and
Mhm.
back and whatnot. It's a little longer to get over to Montesano, but that's okay. So we get back to the hotel, and just as we're getting out of the truck, it starts to rain. I was like, man,
Mhm.
this is going to be a rough one. And from what I understand, all the folks up there on Monte Sano just took an absolute whipping from the weather. Um, and evidently a hiker not associated with the Hamfest or anything, just somebody who was up there was hiking, um, was killed by, I believe, a falling limb or something like that. So sad to hear about that. But, I think that's one reason that we do amateur radio is for the public safety part of it, and being cognizant of that. But
Mm.
yeah, we were safely ensconced in the hotel room when that downpour happened. So anyway, we'll see how the weather is next year. I'm sure it'll probably rain. I think from what I hear, it rains every year at Huntsville. Um, but you know, hopefully it won't be as bad as that.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So like I said, Pink had tested the previous Saturday, got her call sign that Saturday morning. Um, right before we headed over to the Von Braun Center. So we go over to the Hamfest,
Mhm.
and obviously there was the Gigaparts contest. If you weren't there, or if you haven't seen any of the videos on that, there's plenty of videos on that. I had a lot of footage of that, and now I don't. But
Yeah.
Pink wound up in that Gigaparts contest, and it was funny. I was over picking up some parts, connectors, adapters, that kind of thing. All of a sudden, her phone rings, and she goes, "Oh, I gotta go," and I was like, "Go where? What? Where are you going?" She's like, "Oh, I signed up for the Gigaparts contest." So yeah,
Yeah.
so we went over and did that. I'm over there like hastily trying to pay so I can get over there for it. And so you were second place in round two. They wound up, because the rounds were going so long, they weren't taking just the first place winners; they were taking first and second place winners. So you made it through round
Mhm.
one as the second place, and then you went to the finals round.
Yes.
And Douglas, we'll talk about that in just a second. So you went to the finals round, and talk about that from your side of holding those handles up
Oh, wow.
for hours.
So the group that went on before my group, um, a young lady by the name of Vicky won, and they went an hour and 8 minutes. So my group went on, and within the first 10 minutes, your arms are sore. You're starting to hurt. And, gradually, like 30 minutes in, things are going to start to fall asleep, and you're going to almost lose feeling or the capacity to continue to hold on and depress that push to talk button, uh, holding your arms overhead, mind you. So, for those who don't know, that was really, really tough. And we had just gone. We ended up beating the record of an hour and 8 minutes, and we went an hour and 20 minutes. And then, knowing that we were going to be in the finals contest as well, I did ask Lou how badly do we need the coax cable that I was going to win.
And actually, what I told her, I said, "Well, hey, it's your decision,
Mhm.
because it's going on your station if you win it."
Yeah. But, the lady next to me, that I was competing against, and everyone else had dropped out, so there's 6 contestants, and gradually the first one, I think, quit within the first minute or something. He got bored that quickly. So it went on, and, an hour and 20 minutes in, I said, how badly do we need that coax, considering that I needed some rest time to go on again and compete for the finals. So we gave that sweet lady her coax cable, and then of course she and I competed against Vicky and Colin and two other folks, and so it ended up being Vicky, myself, and Colin in the at the end of the final contest, and yeah, I mean, my arms were shaking. I was holding on for dear life, but it was not easy, and the kid was struggling as well. Miss Vicky was chilling, but it probably wasn't easy for her because she'd already gone the hour and 8 minutes prior to. So uh, the idea was thrown out there by Colin whether we wanted to split the prize, and so we all let go at the same time, and we split it, and that was nice. That was a we all fought hard for that, and the win could have gone to either one of us, but I would say probably Miss Vicky because she was the most relaxed of all. So yeah, it was fun. It was well worth it. It was exciting and met lots of nice people. And I did have a conversation with the what looked like the general manager, perhaps, of Gigaparts. He was the one who put us into our restraints,
Steve, yeah.
running
name
the
was Steve.
torture chamber. Tall fellow. I asked him if he would design a pink carrying case, safety case for radios. They have the beautiful yellow, bright yellow, orange, gray, and black, and whatnot, but they didn't have a pink. Hello, Zieg. You agree with me, don't you? So I asked him if he would design a pink one and name it after me. He said, "What's your name?" So pink. He
So
said, "What if it's fuchsia? What if all I can get is fuchsia?"
So yeah, it's
Sure.
these cases that Gigaparts has. I actually got this one when I bought a flip over
Mhm.
when I bought a DigiRig from them, and they just were like, "Here, have a case." So these
Nice.
came with them. So she wants one in pink.
Yes, I mean, of course. And then he said, "Well, if we have to place an order, we probably would have to get at least 200." And my answer was, "I'm sure there's enough girls in ham radio pursuing the hobby that would order a pink case if you just make it." There you go. That's my answer. I'll order 2. Put me down for 2 gigabytes. And the rest, I'm sure we can sell. They'll be flying off the shelves like hotcakes.
So
Mhm.
yeah, there we go. And
That was that.
and how much money did you end up with out of that?
300.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's 300 that you didn't have before.
Right.
So, okay, so we did that. We left. We went back to the hotel. Went
Mhm.
out to eat. There's a little spot right over by the hotel that I eat at every time I go to Huntsville called Rosie's Cantina,
Mhm.
and highly recommend it. I think they actually have 2 locations in Huntsville, one on the east side of Huntsville, one on the west side of Huntsville. Really good food. It's Mexican food. I don't want to say it's Tex-Mex. It's really more like Red Mex, I guess, would be a good description.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like a red. I don't want to say it's a redneck version of Mexican food. It's not quite authentic. It's not quite Tex-Mex, but it's good, and they give
Mhm.
you a lot of it. So uh, definitely worth trying or checking out next time you're in Huntsville. I
Mhm.
love that place. I eat there every time I'm in town.
And a
Um,
beautiful garden.
yeah,
Yes, very ingeniously designed garden terrace area. So that was very beautiful to wait for our table. And there's a fountain and flowers and statues and things. It's amazing. Yeah.
yep. And then I knew that Carlos was about to go do his jump, and I thought this would be a great first QSO if we could get that QSO. And at first, I was going to try to do it on the handheld with my ID51 from the
Hotel room.
hotel room.
Mhm.
And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, well, let's kind of hedge our bets a little bit. So we ran down, got in the truck, cranked the truck up so I could have a little more output wattage with the ID 5100 that's in the truck. So I handed Pink the mic and said, "Hey, yeah, the dog is right
Zeke.
here. I don't know if y'all can see, but yeah, he's deciding he's joining this live stream,
If you
and
hear someone growling, that would be Zeke.
or
The
he's
"Don't call me
vocal.
a trail dog."
Yeah, he kind of moans. Um, so I handed her the mic, and said, "Here's what you say.
Mhm.
You know, when he calls CQ, answer him back with your call sign phonetically." And that's what happened. And she got that QSO. So I'm really proud of that. That's an amazing first QSO.
Yep.
And then, of course, Sunday we go back to the Von Braun Center for the YouTubers Forum. We weren't a part of the YouTubers Forum, but we were there as audience. Maybe next year we'll see. Um, but Carlos gave her first QSL card, so now she's made her first QSO in dramatic fashion at her first Hamfest, which is
Mhm.
one of the biggest ones. Got her first QSL card.
Hand
Um,
delivered, mind you.
Hand
No
delivered.
less.
So yeah, it was a really really good Hamfest. Absolutely enjoyed that. We will be back next year.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to try to
Mhm.
make Dayton,
Mhm.
if possible. Had a good conversation with the chairman of Dayton while we were there. So we're going to try to do that. Would love to do that. I've been wanting to go to Dayton for 30 years, literally.
Wow.
And I've never been able to make it for one reason or another. So we're going to try to make it to Dayton next year, and
Definitely.
maybe Orlando at some point. That one's a little bit too soon, but I think we can do Dayton and Huntsville next year.
Mhm.
So, and then on the way back to Augusta, another first for Pink was
Oh, good grief. Yes, Buc-ee's. Apparently, there's a Buc-ee's in North Georgia. And I was just blown away by the size of it, and the amount of gas pumps they have. 260 was it? It's a ridiculous number.
260 at the Callahan.
And no
Buc-ee's.
trucks allowed. If you're a big rig, don't even try. That's also very unusual because a lot of these gas stations along the interstates cater to truckers. And then, of course, travelers by car as well. But this is like no trucks allowed. And Bucky's has merchandise coming out of their ears, all kinds of even baby toys and baby blankets and pajamas and things. And with the Bucky's emblem, which is a beaver, and it's so cute. And the sign, when you pull off the interstate, it doesn't even have the name on it anymore, just the little beaver face. You know what that means. Just pull off. There's candy and snacks and things, and some really good barbecue. That was amazing.
Yeah, the brisket is.
Yeah.
Yep. And have her try the brisket sandwich.
Yes.
So, all right. So that was Huntsville for us. Had a blast. Coming up,
Yes.
next video will be Pink's first POTA activation as an activator, not just sitting there watching me. And of course, again, I'm not going to spoil it, but she got a pretty cool contact during that event.
I
And
did.
we only did, I think,
Mhm.
11 or 12 contacts, but it was a good activation.
But that contact was a dream come true. It was in a place I've always wanted to go. Thousands and thousands of miles away, and we're not going to spoil it by saying where exactly, but this was a brand new park. This was the first activation for this brand new park in a foreign country, and we got him. It was awesome.
Yep. Great QSO. So beyond that, we will be at Shelby. That's this coming weekend. Got to go to the granddaddy of them all. We don't have to, but it's a nice little ham fest worth going to. So that's coming up this weekend. We'll be at Stone Mountain. Or actually, let me back up before I finish that statement out. I'm getting shoved out of the way by the dog here. At Shelby, we're going to try to do some Summits on the Air activations as well while we're up there, since we're in the area. And then Stone Mountain Ham Fest, which is the 5th and 6th of November. We're planning on being at that one. And that's the short-term schedule right now. We'll see what else we have going on. In the meantime, we'll be doing other POTA activations. We're looking at. I'm gonna put this out here. No guarantees. We're exploring options for and a POTA expedition of sorts,
Mhm.
probably next November. So we'll see how that works out. Not this November, but November 23, because it's going to take some planning and frankly some saving of money and whatnot. So that's what we're toying with this idea, exploring the possibilities. So stay tuned, and if we can make that happen, we'll make that happen. But that's about it. I will go ahead and throw out there one more time for what I'm calling the subscriber challenge. If I get to 1,000 subscribers before Huntsville next year, I will wear my kilt during the Saturday of Huntsville. So um, there you go.
Mhm.
And real quick, a couple of questions that we had in there. It was I'm going back here and looking.
Hi, Vern. Hi, Joe. Hi, Doug. Hi, Roger. Thank you guys for watching.
And where was it? I forget who it was now. I saw the question in there. Pink
Mhm.
Parachute Mobile in 23.
Oh gosh.
And I thought she would. Oh, it was Douglas. Yeah. So I thought she'd be perfectly game for it. And
Not exactly. I'm very uh risk averse, um, in all aspects of my life, so I'm not going to commit to that. I don't think you could pay me enough money to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Yeah.
hey, Ron, good to see you in here. You're right at the tail end.
Hi, Ron.
But thanks
Hi,
for dropping
Tio.
by. So yeah, it's good to see all these familiar names in here. I think everybody that is in here that we've met.
Yeah.
Going back to Joe, actually would be the first of those
Mhm.
when we did Sassafras Mountain in South Carolina. So thanks for being here, Joe. Appreciate it. So anyway, does anybody any questions from the chat, real quick? Okay, I'm
Okay.
not seeing anyone. Thanks, Fern. This has actually been kind of fun. Um, so appreciate everybody being
Mhm.
here. We
Yeah.
will do it again. I think what we'll probably try to do is maybe live stream once or twice a month. I don't want to overdo
Mhm.
it. I mean, I know there's like a vast array of ham radio live streams that people can be jumping out of a regional good airplane. Yeah, we were watching that. It's like, yeah. I'd go up in the aircraft, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
jump out of it. I think you're probably the same
I'll be filming in the airplane and,
way.
or any way that I can help assist other folks to have that fun and that experience, but I don't think I'll be doing it myself.
Also, hey there, Joe Brett. Thanks for jumping
Oh,
in.
yay. Oh, yes.
Got
I have
stickers
that.
on bottles now.
Stickers on bottles.
Thanks for all the stickers. I've determined
Tank
that I need to make some
radio
smaller stickers.
and Poda. Love, love, love.
So
All of that.
but yeah, we'll I think we'll probably do
Mhm.
this. We'll try to live stream maybe once or twice a month. I don't want to impinge. Apparently Jason has got a live stream going right now. I didn't realize that. I don't know. It didn't show up in my notifications. So I don't want to interfere with anybody else's live streams. So I might have to figure out a regular night for when we're going to do those, but probably once or twice a month is
Mhm.
will be the schedule on that. So anyway, all right. Thanks, guys, for jumping in here. Appreciate having you. Appreciate meeting everybody at Huntsville this year. Like I said, we had a blast, and
We did.
and we hope to see you again real soon.
Yeah,
So,
we'll go hiking and hamming and sodaing and podang really soon.
all right. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you later.
Bye.